Bada bing, bada boom. You know what it is. Geeks are back on the scene, baby. We got UFC 283 Brazil going down. Picks and predictions every single fight. We already did the prelims. Check out that video. We're going through the main card right now. Every single fight. Let's get after it. We have got an absolute starcher. Paul Craig, the Bear Jew, 16-5-1, stepping into enemy territory to start off the main card against Johnny Walker, 19-7, Brazilian made. Crowd loves this guy. I mean, this guy loves the crowd. This guy is going to be dancing like you've never seen a guy enter the octagon before. Paul Craig, definitely good in these high pressure situations. We saw him submit Jamal Hill in a really high tense situation back a couple fights ago. But, that last fight against, Volkan Ozdemir did not leave a good taste in my mouth. Paul Craig's striking has so far to go, and he's been in the game for long enough to where it's not going to come too far in these short periods of time. Johnny Walker, though, he's got great coaching over there at SBG. He's got Kavanaugh. I think that as long as he's so strong, so if he can just stay on my feet, stay on my feet, stay on my feet, he can easily ragdoll Paul Craig, shake the takedowns. They weren't looking very good in his last fight. So, of course, though, Johnny Walker in front of all these people, very unpredictable. Anything could happen. He could easily get taken down and fall straight into a submission, and this entire take looks like shit. But, I mean, he's got the tools. He's going to have a lot of energy. All he's got to do is keep shoving this guy away from him and throw all his crazy shit that he's got, and something will land and Paul Craig will go down. So I'm taking Johnny Walker by knockout. What's your take, Goosey?
Dude, I mean, both these guys, something weird always happens when they fight. I feel like this is setting up for Paul Craig to chin Johnny Walker and knock him out, which I guess chinning Johnny Walker wouldn't be the weirdest thing, but for Paul Craig on the feet, it would be. I'm not willing to bet on that, though. I think that Johnny Walker will be able to do some good work on the feet. He's very athletic, very strong. I think he'll be able to stuff the takedowns because Paul Craig was not doing great work with the wrestling. He tends to try and pull guard and throw submissions up. Johnny Walker has very good jiu-jitsu. He trains with Coach Kavanaugh over there at SBG in Ireland. I think he'll be prepared, and he is the smart pick in this one, I believe. So I'm going to pick Johnny Walker here.
Front kick, what do you got?
Yep, Paul Craig needs to get this to the ground, and that seems to be his issue. Pulls guard and tries to grab on to any sort of limb that's hanging out. So give me Johnny Walker to stay out of sub attempts and just get a knockout.
Gonna be fishy. Daniel, what do you got?
Give me Paul Craig. He's gonna be my fighter of the week. I love me some Bear Jew. I think, he's going to come in with the whole going to war mindset. He is going to war in a different country against one of their own. I think the UFC's got to be loving some Paul Craig because they always put him to fight with fans. Johnny Walker, I could totally see him just losing his mind and going nuts, and even maybe how you guys are saying Paul Craig needs to get the fight to the ground. I could see Johnny Walker being a victim of his own success, where he puts Paul Craig down and follows him down, and next thing we know, we're down on the ground. Paul Craig's on his back with Johnny Walker right on him, and anything can happen then. With this pick, I'm relying on Johnny Walker to do something stupid, which is not out of the ordinary. He has been looking a little bit better, but I'm hoping, in this whole fight, I'm hoping Johnny does something dumb and Paul Craig capitalizes. So I'm shooting for a window there, a tight window, but I think the window will appear somewhere. I'm just hoping Paul Craig capitalizes. So give me the Bear Jew.
What? Johnny Walker doing something stupid? That's unheard of, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Paul Craig's going to be a plus 150 underdog. Johnny Walker minus 185. we're jumping straight into the next one. We got a female boot, Jessica Andrade, 23-9, coming out against Lauren Murphy, 16-5. This is going to be a great scrap all the way around. I don't have a pick, but this is going to be a good one. Don't be surprised if anything happens, but what do you got, Dano?
I got Andrade, easy pick. I think Lauren Murphy is not too good. I think Andrade is this will be a girl fight. I believe we had a girl fight early on. Nunes, maybe, where Andrade is going this way, Lauren Murphy is going this way. She's an older gal, lost the title fight, going down. Andrade is still going up, so give me that.
Yeah, Andrade, honestly, one of the best fighters in the UFC, in my opinion, for females. Goosey, what's your take?
I mean, I don't really see how Lauren Murphy would win this one, barring Jessica Andrade just completely gassing out. I think that skill-wise, she's got it on the feet, she's got it on the ground, and it's just her put a game together and do it for 3 rounds. So Jessica Andrade is going to be the pick for me here.
Front kick, what do you got?
Give me Andrade. Yeah, she's just a beast. I mean, she's got so much pop in her hands, and she's just strong as hell. When you could just stand there and submit someone standing up, you got a good grip on them arms, boy. So letting those puppies fly, crack the chin of Lauren Murphy. I don't think Lauren Murphy's can do anything to Jessica in this fight.
Yeah, let's go. We'll move right into this next one. This is a high-stakes welterweight scrap. We got Gilbert Burns, Dorino, 20-5, coming out against Neil Magny, 27-9. The absolute savvy veteran wizard coming into Brazil here to snake some momentum out of Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns, that Hamzat fight, fight of the year, just insane performance. Definitely, I think the best Gilbert we've ever seen was in that fight against Hamzat, and I would not be surprised if he continues that momentum. Neil Magny, on the other hand, very, weird guy to fight, tough guy to fight. I mean, you really got to figure him out, or he will, kind of chew you up and spit you out. He's been fighting really well. He just put away Daniel Rodriguez, D-Rod. That was super impressive. He kind of put on a really, really masterclass display right there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls something out, but I am going to take Gilbert Burns. I do think that he is going to be on a slightly different level. I think that those top 5 guys are just a little bit too much for Neil Magny. I think they have a little bit too much pop in their hands. They're a little bit too elusive. Can't really wrestle them, do what you want. They're too the jiu-jitsu is going to be too much of a factor. So I think that on the feet, Gilbert Burns is going to have enough, and he's strong enough to kind of have some success in this fight. So I'm taking Gilbert Burns. What do you got, Dano?
I'm taking Gilbert Burns too. I just, like you said, I don't think Magny's up to that level. And Gilbert Burns just seems a little more too complete for Magny to find a loophole in it. So give me Burns.
Let's go. Honestly, this is not a bad underdog spot. I wouldn't be mad at anybody for this spot. I mean, honestly, I'm looking at it now. Plus 305 Neil Magny, minus 400 Gilbert. That's a lot to lay on a fight that will be close. Fishman, what do you got?
Give me Gilbert Burns. I don't know if y'all could see that. Nope. It's gone. But no, give me Gilbert Burns. I think Magny has success when he's able to mix in some takedowns, and you do not want to be on the ground with Gilbert Burns. So I think Burns lets those hands fly. I think his shortness in this fight will give him a good advantage. Going to be a little bit harder to hit. And yeah, but give me Gilbert Burns. I think his stock went up dramatically when after that fight with Hamzat. I mean, just showed he has a set and can stand there and bang with one of them up and comers. But yeah, let me go with Gilbert.
Let's go, Goosey. What do you got?
Taking the dog here, fellas. I definitely could see Gilbert going out, kind of bullying him a little bit, and Magny looking a little frail in there. All respect to Damon Jackson, but it could look similar to that Dan Ige Damon Jackson if it doesn't go well for Magny. but I do think that stylistically, we've seen Gilbert struggle with these guys that have a good amount of reach on and can keep him on the outside, because his entrances, he tends to really throw bombs. And when that's the case, he can gas out in the later rounds. Neil Magny pushes a very good pace. He cardio king. Daniel Rodriguez is known for pretty good cardio, and he put a pace on him that got him out of there in the third round. The last huge fight, obviously Gilbert with Hamzat, that's a big fight. But I go back to his title shot against Kamaru. He had a big adrenaline dump. And by the third round, he was a zombie in there. And I think fighting in front of those hometown Brazilian fans, it could be a similar thing. Either way, I mean, he's minus 495. He's a huge favorite. I'm thinking why not take a chance on Magny here.
Figures. All right, we're moving right into the co-main. We have got the quadrilogy, Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno. 21-2-1 for Figgy, 26-2 for Moreno. I'm not gonna cap. I've been on Figgy's side for every fight. And I'm switching here. I'm going Brandon Moreno. I think that that last fight kind of showed me enough. I think that Moreno is just so fired up to get that strap back. Obviously, he was winning a lot of that last fight. So, Figueiredo had a lot of big moments, a lot of big pop and that kind of stuff. And I think that they're both getting better, but I think Moreno is going to be the one with the bigger improvements. And I think that, being in there with him for the fourth time, it's just like a lot of that intimidation, a lot of that, that mystic, fire that came with Davison Figueiredo kind of is gone. So I think, Moreno's kind of just going to go in there, not get bullied like the first couple fights, and he's going to stand his ground and land some shots. So I think Brandon Moreno wins a lot of this fight, and I think he's going to get a finish. I think Brandon Moreno is going to put a pace on him and find a shot. So give me Brandon Moreno by knockout, and I think it happens like round 2. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Geeker Vision sniped. Front kick, what do you got?
I'm on the same page as you. Kind of weird. I mean, I've been a Figgy fan. He was like my I remember during COVID, he was just tearing it up. But dude, Moreno is just, I think that fight was way too close, way too close. It was a coin flip. I mean, you switch up the judges, you're gonna get a different outcome every time. But yeah, I mean, give me Moreno. I think the assassin baby's just gonna come out and let them hands rip. He's just I think he's hungrier. He's willing to fight other people. I mean, it was interim, so I mean, but nah, just give me Moreno. Cut that last part out, Dano.
Fact. Dano, what do you got?
I don't even know what I have because their record's 1-1-1. We've seen them fight for over an hour in the octagon, 2 decisions, and then early third round finish from Moreno. I don't know. I mean, Figueiredo, we know he's going to have another tough weight cut. He's a big dude for the division, and he's complained about the weight cut before. But on the other hand, last time Figueiredo's fought anyone other than Moreno, it was 2 years ago or something like that. So he's got to have Moreno super figured out by now, or at least I would hope, for as many times as he's fought him. And then Moreno, he's went to Kaikar, France, whooped him up, and now he's back. He's got that fire relit under him to come fresh, I guess. I mean, for as much as fresh as you can be going at him for a fourth time. But ultimately, I'm literally making this pick right now as I'm looking at both their faces right there. And I'm going to go with Figueiredo to win the belt and then be a big douche and leave the weight class.
Damn.
And just screw Moreno over.
Damn. Goosey, what do you got?
The assassin baby, that's my boy. All right. Am I biased? I don't think so, because I'm about to explain my thought process here. You know, Brandon Moreno first. He's been more active. All right. And I'm going outside because we've seen them fight so much. It's like skill for skill, they're close. And over the course of the round, Moreno seems to win minutes. Sometimes Figgy hits him with a big moment, but I mean, we're seeing Brandon Moreno. He's getting different coaches. He went to James Krause. He improved some striking. Obviously, the Krause thing, he can't train with him now. He went to Safe Sayud and in Dallas. He's been getting probably more grappling, cardio. We see guys in their gym are coming out with very good game plans. Figgy, on the other hand, he was training with Cejudo last fight. I think that was one of his best fights. He had a very good weight cut. It was all very professional. Now he is at Team Figueiredo, where he's kind of that head guy. It's him and his brother. I think training-wise, he's probably got some other things on his mind. It is going to be in Brazil, which I think the people will get behind him, but I'm going to take my boy Brandon in this one to get it done. Let's go.
Let's
One
go.
more thing I wanted to add was Figgy, like these dudes, Moreno's still under 30 years old. Figgy's now 35, so he's starting to come out of his prime now. So that's another thing to just keep in the back of your mind. And Moreno's gas tank, like you guys said, is just not comparable to Figgy if he has a bad cut.
Yeah, bro. I saw a crazy stat that like Figgy, I think he's 36, and the last time he fought an opponent not named Brandon Moreno, he was 32, which that's wild.
That is berserk. And you know, when you have guys these that are fighting like this, you know, this many times, you know, with the Vulcan and Holloway situation, sometimes you just get a dominant finish. So maybe one of these guys will take off on the other one and we'll just get a clear ending to this. Let's move into the main event. We have got Glover Teixeira, the Legion Brazilian, 33-8, coming out against Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill, 11-1. So, man, I feel like you're either on a side or like you feel very much one way in this fight. I mean, because if you're looking at Jamal Hill's side, you're thinking, okay, knockout, stay on the feet. If you're thinking Glover, you're thinking, okay, all we got to do is get to the ground. This guy does not have nearly as much experience. He's already been subbed by Paul Craig in a similar experience where it was high stakes. And you know, Glover's just gonna get this done. Look what happened with Jiri. Jiri and Jamal, you could definitely put those guys together in a fight, and that would be a hell of a striking bout, you know. So they're probably, you know, same ballpark. We're gonna see Jamal Hill's takedown defense, you know, it's really gonna matter in this fight. We're gonna see how Glover's chin holds up, if it's still rock solid. I mean, Jiri was hitting him with some shots, which scares me, but I'm gonna take Jamal Hill to light him up. I think that he's gonna be able to really put some boxing combos on him. Unlike Jiri's very unorthodox. He likes to throw like all these kind of extravagant, like flashy techniques. Whereas Jamal Hill's just gonna staple that jab into his face, and he's gonna stay in the pocket just long enough to land the big combinations he needs, and he's gonna get out. So he's a strong guy. I think he's ready. I think that this is a good matchup for him. He just needs to stuff some takedowns. And even if he gets taken down, he's not that bad. It's not fish out of water, but he just needs to really stay composed. Just take the L for the round. Don't try to get up, be too crazy. Just survive, because his shot, he only needs one shot. So that's my take. I'm taking Jamal Hill in this fight. What are you going with, Goosey?
So, like you said, it's a toss-up. I think one guy probably dominates, and like you look at the line for this, it's a 5-round fight. The over-under is -120 and -110 at 1.5. So Vegas thinks it's going to be done quick. Can Glover get the takedown, or can Jamal Hill keep it on the feet? After taking as much damage as Glover took, you know, he's in his 40s. He took life-changing, at least chin-changing damage in my eyes against Yuri that last fight. I think Jamal Hill's going to put some shots on his chin and get a brutal finish in this one. You know, could I see it go the other way? Yes, but you also got to think Glover was supposed to fight in December. You know, that fight got changed like 3 weeks out. So he's a big dude. He was already in that weight cut and that training grind. He had to put it on pause and then resume it to get to this card in Brazil. You know, Jamal Hill heard about it that night, December, whatever. I think he's ready to rock. You know, he's gonna be peaking, he's gonna be primed. And I think he goes out there, hits Glover with some good shit, and we enter the Jamal Hill era for however long it lasts.
Let's go. Front kick. What do you got?
Yeah, so with Glover, this is a battle between my heart and my brain. And my heart's going Glover, but my brain's riding with Jamal. So, and unfortunately, the brain is what has the 51% in this business. So the brain is going to pick Jamal, and that's what my pick is going to be, just because the age, the hands, the decisions that that Glover makes sometimes in the octagon. It's just I think it's time for Jamal to take this, but we also saw Jamal in person, and that dude is a fucking beast. He is huge, bro. He is a big dude. So yeah, I mean, dude, he is big, bro. That's all I gotta say. We dapped him up in person. That dude is fucking big. So let's go.
It's gonna be tough to take his ass down. Dano, wrap us up here. 283.
All right, so you three going Jamal Hill makes this a little bit easier, but I'm gonna ride with Glover Teixeira, and I don't see his chin being as good as it was, but what I fear and like what makes me not confident in Hill is I could see Hill piecing Glover up, and then Glover wobbles, zombie walks into Hill and takes him down and just lays on top of him. Or I could definitely see this being one where Glover has like 10 takedowns in the fight, a lot of control time, and Jamal Hill just gets tired because he did get taken down by Thiago Santos multiple times. Yes, he did get up, but I feel like there's levels to the, grappling and wrestling with Glover and Thiago. And also Glover's, we all know he's been living or training or adopting Alex Ferreira, so he's around him constantly. Who's a better striker than him? He's top of the top, so I believe Jamal Hill is too. But just that confidence of training every day with Ferreira, it's got to do something to you, especially being in your hometown. I know he lives in wherever in Connecticut, but the fans will be just loving on him, and I'm sure they'll just even though I'm sure everyone loves Jamal Hill, they'll make him the enemy. They'll boo the heck out of him. They'll cheer every time Glover gets a takedown, every time Glover lands a punch. So I'm riding the hometown guy, and we'll see what happens.
Let's go. Fireworks will happen down in Brazil. UFC 283. Those are the picks and predictions. Geeks showed up. Geeks showed out. Drop a like, comment, follow us on IG, Twitter, Instagram, all that good sheesh, man. We everywhere. Let's go. We out.